well, it's not a new spot, but it's kind of a new development. Right here at the Bonneville boat launch, and they built a breakwater between Bonneville and Bucktown. If you know where Bucktown is, then you know what I'm talking about. So I've been wanting to check it out, and you know, it's been real windy, but that's a good way to, you know, it's a good way to put that to the test to see if it actually breaks the water from the wind and creates a little paddleway. So we're gonna check this new paddleway out and see if we can catch some fish. They just finished developing it, so I'm curious to see if it's holding fish yet or not. It's new structure in the water, which is awesome, and hopefully it'll create a new fishery out here in Lake Pontchartrain. Let's see what we can do. All right, so it's pretty windy. Probably 10 to 15 mile an hour. That's not what wind finder's saying, but that's what I'm seeing and feeling, so that's what I'm saying. This is leaving the Bonneville boat launch. There's the launch right there. That would be going towards the lake. This is the breakwater over here. So I got a pretty stout east wind, which means I still have to fight the waves from the boat launch to the breakwater. If there was any windier out here, I wouldn't be able to try this. So it's right there on the edge for my likability. But there's no way we're going to the causeway today. That's game over. There's the Bonneville fishing pier. So you don't really have to go far. That's the cool thing about this I like so far. But I was kind of skeptical when they were building this. There's the breakwater. There's birds working. I don't know if there's actually fish there, but we're gonna find out in a little bit. But there's not much space between the breakwater and the bank, so I don't know what the deal. I get the concept. They're trying to build some marsh to protect the levee system, which is cool, but there's really not that much room to paddle back there. Well, at least we're going to find out. From what I've been able to see from the bank, it didn't impress me too much. But make sure there's no one fishing up there. Yeah, I'm gonna put my favorite stuff on this artificial shrimp right here. I'm still using the Mojo Mardi Gras color, paired up with, you know what it is, the Undertaker cork. That's kind of my search bait. I'll know if there are fish around. If I get a couple bites, then I'll switch over to some swimming baits, hard baits, etc. We're gonna fish right here just because it's not too horrible. I could go around there, but there's a lot of rocks, and I don't feel like fooling with all that. It looks like there's a little cut up in here, so we're gonna check that out. Pretty manageable right now, but if it were another 5 mile an hour wind, I don't even think I can make it this far. It's not deep, but man, the chop just gets bad out here, as you might know. And if you don't know, the Lake Pontchartrain is probably one of the most dangerous places to, I'd say it's not the most dangerous, but it can get very dangerous out here very fast. So just use your brain. If it's white capping out here, don't come out. In a boat or a kayak, if that matter. But yeah, I'm excited to see what this looks like back here. All right, this wind is really wreaking havoc on me. Blowing my line around the rod. I'm going to fish these rocks real quick, see if it's brought in some fish yet. I'm on the rough side of the water break. The water's murky, but it's not horrible. It's got a little bit of a green tint, which is okay. I think the tide is falling from what I saw on the tide chart. Honestly, out here I'm not really too worried about falling or rising tide, as long as it's moving. Kind of ready to get behind these rocks, man. It's already bringing ducks in. There's some mallards. I mean, you can't hunt out here, but that's pretty cool. The wildlife's kind of hanging around. That's a good sign. They probably finished this 2 months ago, if I had to guess. I've been watching them dredge as I drive across the causeway every day. I see some structure in the middle, so I don't know how passable this is going to be. Don't know what that is. As far as what to expect to catch out here, pretty much like everything in South Louisiana. You can catch a shark right here, stingrays, redfish, bass, speckled trout, your fishing pole. Catfish. I'm sure this is going to be an alligator haven, so this is a cool little choke point though. Anytime I fish any kind of rock jetty, I like to fish these points. That's where the water kind of wraps around. Oh, I think I had a bite. Can't tell, it's too wavy out here. This is pretty cool though. I'm not hating on it. It looks like they made a double kind of jetty here. I'm not quite sure what they did. They got the rocks and then they got some mud. I'm totally exploring this, guys, so bear with me. This is new. They just finished all this. I don't know what to expect or what I'm gonna run into. All right, so that's the bank right there. This looks like the paddleway. They're trying to make like a kayak path, and there it's shallow, but I think they dug this out and made it a little deeper. I was wondering how they were going to do that. I saw them building this junk. So if you go over this way, I'm pretty sure it goes up to like 1 foot. It's super muddy too, so I can't imagine much hanging out in here. Let's see how deep it is. Yeah, it's like a foot deep right here. 1 foot. Yep, I'm hitting bottom. Okay, so between this mud and the bank, that's a no-go. Let's try to get turned around and get out of it. Get back in the path. That's definitely the channel. I'm learning. I hope you guys get to learn a little bit while I'm doing this for you. I can see a lot of potential in this once things get cleaned up in here. It's super muddy. I'm sure from all the work and the wind. It's been super windy on the South Shore. Oh, that, okay. That was something. I'm gonna shut up and start fishing. That was something. Could have been an oyster, I don't know. Probably dragging bottom, caught on a rock. Let's cast back there and see what, see if that was a fish. High probability that it's a flounder. Flounder have been making a very strong comeback. They are out of season right now until November 30th. December 1st, you can start keeping flounder again, which I plan on keeping a few more this year. All right, this is probably, if I had to guess, about 3 feet deep in here. I can't imagine it's that deep. Oh, it might be deeper than I thought. My paddle's about 5 feet, so I can't touch bottom. They might have done good on this. I might have to throw a jig head here in a second. All right, I'm gonna turn the camera off. This is the kayak path between Bonneville and Bucktown. So there you go. I'm out here doing it. All right, guys, I think I stuck a fish. Oh yeah, I stuck a fish. What is, oh, I stuck a fish, all right. Like I said, Lake Pontchartrain. You don't know what you get. That's a little, I think it's a channel cat. I can't tell if it's a blue cat or a channel cat. That's cool though. The rocks are holding some fish. I had to switch over to a jig head. I'm about to lose all my stuff here. The wind's gonna blow me in the rocks. Pardon guys, I'm not all about the getting finned action. And these fish grips are hard to get in these catfish's mouths. About to use my pliers here. So there you have it. First catch in the kayak paddleway in Lake Pontchartrain. This might be the first catch out of a kayak ever in Lake Pontchartrain kayak paddleway. Still getting used to saying that. I don't know the exact name. I'll look that up and I'll put a post up there. Looks like there's an alligator hanging out right there. I don't know if that's an alligator or mud or grass. We're about to, yeah, I think that's a gator. All right. Yep, that was an alligator. Okay, they got alligators here too. I figured that much. I figured that much. Fun times. This dude does not want to come off. There we go. All right. First alligator sighting. First catfish. That's, yeah, I don't know how much I like this area. Catfish and alligators. Not my favorite combination when it comes to fishing. Hopefully that thing leaves me alone. Oh man, keep an eye out for this guy. I don't feel like getting jumped by an alligator today. Hopefully he just swims on over to the bank My favorite thing. Let's paddle on out of here. Where is that dude? It was definitely a gator. His head went down. So if you're not from around here, you don't know too much about alligators. Freaking ducks. It looks like a stump, and the stump just floating in the water. That's what you think it is initially. But when that stump goes under the water, you know. He didn't look too big, but they got some big alligators out here, I can tell you that much. We're just gonna mosey on out of here. Anyway, what I was saying, that's the initial breakwater. On the other side is the marsh. I got all kinds of debris in here. They're trying to develop marshland, which is cool, but like I said, it attracts all sorts of life, including alligators. And I've already spotted the first alligator. It's a good sign of life, not a good sign of what we're gonna have to deal with as kayakers out here though, especially in the springtime. Part of being in South Louisiana though, I guess. I'm gonna shut up on that account. I don't know how much you guys know about my disdain about of alligators. I've had quite a few chase me, mostly during breeding season, so it's kind of my fault being in their territory. You can't blame them. But there seems to be an overabundance of alligators now. They have recovered well. They're no longer endangered. And I think they need to open like a recreational hunting season for alligators out here, because there's no lack of them, that's for sure. I'm just kind of floating out in the lake now. That little stretch is probably a little bit over a football field, maybe 150 yards of kayakable water from a pedal drive. You can kayak back there between those rocks and the bank, but you have to have a paddle kayak, because it won't be fun pedaling in 6 inches of water. Holler at me if you've taken a kayak out here yet, since they've done this work. Like, I hadn't seen anyone posting anything about it. But this is pretty cool. It's like a new structure to fish. On a calm day, man, this would be all completely epic. It's just so muddy out here right now from all this north and east wind. Be cool to see if there was some birds. There's a bait popping right next to me. That's mullet. Well, that's cool. We'll just take a cast out here and just see what happens. Normally I'm stuck walking the rocks. But now that I'm out in my kayak, I can kind of do whatever I want. Little pelican. Pelicans are cool. I used to not like them. I don't know why. I think just had a bad experience fishing one time, and we had a pelican that would not leave us alone and try to grab every fish that we would pull up and try to steal all of our shrimp and stuff. But they're cool for the most part. I'm not a fan of stingrays, catfish, and alligators. Everything else I'm cool with. Alright, let's go fish these rocks and see if we can get into some fish. I might try to paddle in between there just to see if it's... Alright, so this is the other side. I'm over on the Bucktown side. You can see the boardwalk over there. And it looks like they got a better opening right here. They got a little slick up here. I'm trying to see if there's some trout or something hanging out right there. But it looks like they dug it out a little bit more on this side in the middle too. So that gives you a little bit more of an option. Oh, that was a fish. I think there's a little school of mullet. Oh, that was a fish. No, that's a rock. Is it? Oh man, that was exciting for a second. Caught it right on the edge of that jetty. Definitely a learning curve out here. So this is pretty similar to Grand Isle, what they have on their pass. They built a similar system of rock jetties, and it's really productive. You can kind of fish the points of these jetties. Oh man. Try to get in here without messing up the drive. So these rocks extend a little bit far. I might be on that cloth. Can't see because it's so muddy. Oh, yeah, it's a wire or something. Yep. So there's definitely some debris in here. Let's see if we can pull ourselves in. I'm probably gonna break off in here. There's a lot of cloth and stuff in here, so be careful of that. Oh, man. It's on there good. I'm probably not gonna get that off. It's in a rope. I'm not pulling that out. Oh. Well, that Mojo shrimp served me well. I think I got a marker 54 in here. Or did I use it already? This'll work. Let you guys watch my process while I'm re-rigging in the kayak. Ooh. Getting close to that. I like to keep this little tub to throw all my lightly used artificials in. You know, try to reduce on the litter. Help our environment. There we go. Just gonna put a little 1/8 ounce jig head on and put a ghost minnow on. It's kind of one of my go-to setups. I really like the Lane Zimmer ghost minnows. There it is. Already been used, so I can put that on pretty easy. There we have it. Cut that tag end off, and the wind has blown me that far out already. All right, we're fishing. Things to look out for on the kayak fishing path. Watch out for structure. Yeah, we're out here. We're just gonna take a cast. Why not? I doubt the jacks are still around. The weather's cooling off. They tend to leave when it cools off. But you never know. It'd be fun to hook up on a jack. Well, time check, 3 o'clock. We'll give it about another 30 minutes and then head on in. Uh-oh. Let's go on the back side of this and see how shallow it is. The whole point was to see how this kayak path actually works, how functional it is. I'm not hating on it. Definitely not hating on it. See if there's some fish hanging on the inside. So it's definitely blocking the wind. I do like the fact that you can get in here and get pretty sheltered from the wind. That's a positive. I just don't think between this mud bank and the rocks you're going to be able to actually fish because it's too shallow. I'd love to catch a redfish out of here. This is like redfish and sheepshead and black drum territory, that's for sure. I think that's what you can expect mostly to catch out of here. Come on, just go under, Court. Just go under. Let's talk the fish in. I know there's got to be some kind of fish out here. All right, this was the final destination right here. I'm on the Bucktown side of things. That's the boardwalk. Honestly, I could probably catch more fish under there. I walked it not too long ago. Oh, there's a fishing cork under there. Someone might be fishing over here. I may not have been the first person to do this. Going nuts. I'm just not having the best of time out here doing this. See if we can see any fish. No, I don't see anything. It's super muddy. Anyway, what I was saying before I had to fix that, my wife and I were walking on the boardwalk and I saw several bass and a bunch of mullet. Didn't see any redfish, but it doesn't mean they're not here. of nice, tucked up behind the boardwalk. Let's see, getting pretty close to the end of my journey here, because I gotta turn around and paddle back. But the wind will be pushing me back, so that'll be nice. I was really hoping I could catch a redfish for you guys on these rocks. You think they would have, you think it would have been established enough. Probably needs another 6 months though. I bet in the springtime it's going to be loaded with fish. Well, there you have it. So over there, they're building the kayak launch. It's not open yet. I don't know when they plan on opening it, but there's an actual launch just for kayaks, so that's pretty cool. I made it behind enemy lines. So this is all fenced off. You can't walk back here. But this is what they've been working on. This is nice. This is the new kayak launch. There's a parking lot on the other side of that hill. The levee, whatever you want to call it. That probably goes out to the lake, if I had to guess. But check this stuff out, guys. This is going to be epic when they open it. You can park over there, pull your kayak over here, put it in the little slip, and they even gave you a nice little wraparound right here. That's pretty cool. This is clean. When they open it up, man, this is going to be a great place to come launch a kayak. Those docks, they go up and down with the tide. You can see where they're already rubbing. That's pretty cool. So less likely to float away during a storm event. I mean, they made it through Ida, so they're still here. That's pretty cool. So there you go. When this place opens up, you can park over there, walk your yak over here, and launch off of these pretty cool little slides. Way to go, Jefferson Parish. I mean, that's clean. Hopefully it stays this way. So from here on out, I'm just gonna let the camera roll and give you guys a tour. I'm in Bucktown, by the way. I made it over here. I'm gonna go pedal back to Metairie. It's really not that far of a pedal though. I took my time because I was fishing. You could probably do the whole thing in 15 minutes if you really wanted to. So I'm running out of sunlight and I'm ready to go watch some Sunday night football. Curious to see how the Saints did. I walked away around halftime. Not hating on them. I hope they won. I hope they continue to win. Go Saints. Who dat? Rizzy, he's cool. I like the new interim head coach. The players seem to be responding well. I guess I'll find out when I get home how well they responded today. Anyway, I'm just gonna turn the volume down and put on some music and fast forward this journey and let you see the whole kayak path and see what's navigable from a kayak. That's the boardwalk. There's a little kid running. That's funny. So here we go. We're gonna make our way back to Metairie, guys. I'm probably going to be the skeptical. That's the kayak path, guys. Between Bucktown and Bonneville. The wildlife is out. Things are starting to happen out here. I caught a catfish on my way out. That was cool. Saw an alligator already. And there's the ducks coming in from migration. Some mallard ducks. They're probably locals. And just moved from the canals out to here. That's pretty cool. That's the kayak path. Pretty cool. seagulls seem to like it. They don't care about me at all. Oh, I'm gonna get pooped on. I'm gonna get pooped on. So this is the end of that path. That's a pretty far pathway. And it looks like I have to cross over some structure here, which I'm not a fan of. That's too shallow over there. This is all new, so I don't know how to navigate this. Just take your time and glide on over. And that's it. That was fish. I just ran over some fish. Plenty of wildlife. Alright, so from that point that I left the inside of the protection to now, I've been outside of the protection. So I don't recommend trying this on too windy of a day unless you want to be stuck inside this little bitty area. I'm going back into the protected area on the Metairie side, the Bonneville boat launch side. You definitely have more fishable area on the other side than the Bonneville side. I'm not saying this is not bad, that's for sure. But you're real limited on this side. Watch out for all the fabric. There's definitely some stuff to get snagged on. The ducks seem to really enjoy it out here. And I'll take a cast or two on the way in. I got a little bit of time left. Maybe about 15 minutes to fish now that I'm back. But it didn't take long to get over here. So I just paddled the whole Kayak waterway from Bonneville and back. I just got to keep an eye out for that alligator in here. He's probably on the mud, if I had to guess. Hopefully he stays in the mud. This wind has really been giving me fits today. Probably not going to be doing that much more fishing. That's it, guys. Definitely another option. Last cast. You don't have much room in between the rocks and the mud though. I'm not a fan of that. But they did dig this out in between the rocks and the mud. So it is fishable. But you don't have much between the launch and the end of this first jetty that you're protecting. Let's go ahead and pedal around this way just to see what it looks like. I didn't come out this way because I know it's shallow in here, but they might have dug this out too. I'm not hitting bottom, so that's good. It looks like they dug this channel out all the way, and from that mud bank to the rocks, that's only inches. So I don't recommend going over there with a Hobie. I'm sure you can paddle it, but there's not much water in there. Maybe 6 inches at the most. But if you like taking pictures of ducks and birds and stuff, there's plenty of that. Someone's flying a drone. Man, it's a bunch of mallards. That's cool. Don't you guys know it's duck season? Alright, there's more fabric up here, so if you have a drive, I recommend you pull it out. That's the end of the protection right there. Yeah, that's not cool. no, I broke my rudder line. That's not cool. Well, my rudder line broke. Good thing I have a paddle. Woo, it's rough. No fun paddling in the rough water. Make sure no one's fishing here. I don't see any fishing rods. Well guys, I'm out of commission for a little while. I just broke my rudder line. My steering line anyway. I'm gonna have to fix that. Ah, catfish! I can still pedal though. There you have it, guys. That is the kayak paddleway between Bonneville and Bucktown. Hope you enjoyed. I'll catch you on the next one. Hopefully I can get my kayak fixed sooner than later. Oh, that is not cool. Hey, I had this thing almost 8 years now, and I haven't had to do any serious maintenance, so thank you, Hobie, for 8 good years of quality and no major issues. I'm gonna have to get that addressed now though. So anyway, I don't know how long I'll be out of commission.